Right. So, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Superb. So, once again, very good evening from Sri Lanka, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone who's joining all over the world. Yet another exciting episode. And you know what? I started branding this uh, thing which we are doing. I started with a brand called the Super Coach, right? So, my expectation, my plan, my wish is to make all of you guys super coaches, right? And as a team of super coaches, we can change the world, right? So I have just started an Instagram page. There is absolutely no content, but if you start following super coach, this is the handle. Whatever that I come up with content to help coaches, I'll be publishing there, right? So today we have a very very interesting session coming up. The session would be about how to attract paying clients and convert them, right? So I started collecting some of the tactics that I do, some of the things that I've learned, and I realized that I managed to gather about 7 to 8 very powerful things that we all can start implementing as as coaches. And if we have time left, I'm going to give you some additional um, the details, few things that I have really, it has really made an impact to me in terms of the coaching that I'm doing, right? Things where I feel like it has been a game changer for myself in terms of what I've learned, right? So I have about another 10 tips that I've collected, which would be really handy as we go ahead. So depending on the time that I have, I will be sharing that. So I can see some familiar faces. So once again, good evening to everyone who's joining in, right? So who wants to attract paying clients? Can I see a raise of hands of people who wants to attract paying clients? And why do I say paying clients, right? We don't want to be doing pro bono coaching. Yes, we all want to help people. We want to change the world, but if we keep on doing it at a cost, which is we are not earning money, but then again we are doing it completely free at our own cost of time and effort, at one point all of us are going to burn out, face a burnout. And this is exactly why people like um, people like Tony Robbins, right, being multi-billionaires, still charge good money for coaching, right? Because more you earn, more you can do. More you earn, more you can help. If you want, you can do charity, you can help other people, right? You can give free sessions to people if you earn good money from certain other clients, right? So there's a lot that you can do as a coach when you start attracting paying clients. But one of the feedback that I've been getting is it's very hard to attract clients, paying clients, right? It's very hard to find clients, it's very hard to attract them, and it's very hard to get them to pay, right? So what I've done is I've asked myself the question, how have I been doing it? What am I doing? So I've compiled few things that might be really helpful. For those who don't know much about me, my name is Leon Kirtisinghe. I'm a success coach from Sri Lanka, the land that is on fire right now. And I've been helping people for the last 3 to 4 years, right? But I've started full-time coaching since January, right? I meet Arfin somewhere down the line around October, and I started full-time coaching from January on. From January to up to now, I've coached more than 20 clients, right? And I've signed up a couple of new clients in the last couple of days as well, right? So seems like something's working for me, and it's absolutely a pleasure for me to share this knowledge with you guys, because, like I said, I want all of you guys to be super coaches, changing the world one person at a time, right? Uh, so if we want to attract paying clients, we need to start asking ourselves the question, who is a paying client, right? Who is a paying client? And why is this client paying? Because if you don't understand your client and why he's going to pay you, it'll be that much difficult for you to attract that client, right? So a paying client is someone who has a burning problem, at least most of the time, right? Someone who has a burning problem for whom the value of solving value of investment. The value of getting the problem.
Leon, you have to repeat.
Yeah, Leon, your connection is dropping.
Much bigger than the value that he has to incur. Yes, I will.
Can't hear you. Your voice is breaking again.
Okay, so he is having a power outage at the moment.
Can you guys hear me?
Now we can hear you.
Yeah.
Not very clear.
So I have changed my internet connection to a different hotspot. I hope this one holds on well. Can you guys
now
hear
it's
me?
better. Yeah.
We can hear you.
Leon, you'll have to say all that again.
Okay.
Burning problem.
So
You start.
absolutely, right? So who is a paying client, right? So a paying client is someone who has a burning problem. That is number one, right? Number two is for whom the value of solving the problem is much bigger than the value of the investment. So they wouldn't mind spending $500 because they feel like the value of solving the problem is like $5,000, right? So why not pay $500? Right? Now, when a client understands that you have what is called an irresistible offer, which is solving their burning problem, they buy into you, right? Number three is it has to be affordable to this client. So there would be certain clients who has a burning problem. They find the value is amazing, but for whatever the reason, they are not ready to pay for it because they can't afford it, right? We all know as coaches, none of us came to this program having a lot of money. We had to like find money for our, education as well. But still for all, there would be clients who would go that extra mile. But if you have a client who can afford your program, you can easily convert them, right? So three things. One is someone who has a burning problem. Number two is for whom the value of solving the problem is bigger than the value of the investment. Number three is the affordability, right? So if you find a client like this, chances of you converting them is very much higher, right? Now, what is the problem you are solving? Now, I want to talk a little bit about this, right? One thing I've learned in this journey, I have been just like most of you guys when I started this journey saying, you know what, I want to coach anyone and everyone, right? Because I can coach anyone, right? My knowledge allows me to coach anyone. But then again, when you try to cater to a very large segment, it becomes that much difficult for you to start finding and attracting clients. So what I've realized over the years is you need to know which problem you are good at solving, right? One problem, right? So you have a specific problem that for which you have a specific solution for a specific type of a customer. Now, this is going to create a big confusion in most of you guys saying, hey, the program we have, right, the IYCP is a fix-it-all. You can cater it to any person. But here's the thing, you don't have to change that. You just have to change how you market it, right? I'm not saying not to market it to anyone and everyone. I'm not saying you cannot go broad. Yes, those are options. But what I'm saying is, if you find a way to solve a specific problem of a specific client, it'll be easier to solve, easier to sell. Number two, you can charge a higher price. And when I'm talking to you guys, I'm not only talking about the Incredible You program, because there would be certain coaches here who are already working on their own programs. There could be coaches here who already have their own programs. And there would be coaches here in the future. You're going to create an amazing program on yourself as well. Right? Now, when you have a program which solves a specific problem to a specific customer, as much as finding a client is easy, you can sell it at a higher price. Last week, while I was driving, I was waiting in the car, going to the fuel station, because Sri Lanka is in a crisis. We don't even have fuel. I had to wait in the queue for 4 hours to pump fuel, right? But while I was waiting in the car, I did a discovery session and I closed a $3,000 deal from one UK client. One UK client, one coaching client, $3,000. Right? That is equivalent to what? 500 clients, right? So I'm putting in less effort, earning more. Why? Because I have a product which I'm pitching to people, solving a specific problem to specific clients. Now, don't get worried. The program that you have, you can actually wrap it in a new wrapper and market it in a way where you can achieve this as well, right? Now, what am I talking about? Let's say you are coming in from a background where, let's say we all have had life problems, right? Let's say you had relationship problems. You had a very bad place when you found the whole IYCP program. You went through the program, you transformed, but now you're standing tall. You can convert your story and bring in that personalization, saying, I'm helping people who are navigating through relationship problems to find their solutions, to find their strength through my coaching program. So that would appeal to a person who's going through something like this. There could be people who are doing very bad in their career, right? Took the program, transformed themselves, started changing yourself, got a promotion, started ranking up in the career, doing very well. You can say, this is my program can help you change yourself. You can say, I have a 10-week program which can, help you discover yourself and convert it into a business that you want to launch, right? So you can find the same program, and if you think carefully, you can see, right? Now, this is only one technique. I'm not saying this is the only way you should be doing it, but this is something that I started doing and started working out for me, right? Now, if a different coach says something else, don't say, Leon said like this is how it works. No, this is just one method, right? There are so many ways of doing things. This is something that I have done and got results, right? So what I did was I created my own program in my coaching journey, which solves a specific problem to a specific client. And I made sure I selected a client who can afford it as well. So I have a program, a 12-week program actually, which I cater to business owners, helping them to overcome overwhelm and balance their work life. And as simple as you may think, it sounds like business owners are ready to pay good money, because some business people, when they go up in their business, they get money, they are very successful, but they lose their peace of mind. They are very frustrated, right? They are overwhelmed with so much of stress and tension, which affects their family life as well. Then their marriage is broken, they don't have work-life balance. So the same program, I have pitched it to salespeople who wants to improve their sales. Why? Because we all are working on our mindset, right? When you work on the mindset, when you work on the encodes, when you figure out how to set up goals and objectives, which comes in terms of outcomes, right? And you take it forward with a plan, you can achieve it, right? So it could be the same program, but it could be a different wrapper. Now, this is one option. Start thinking about it today. You don't have to implement anything, but just start thinking about it, because what I'm saying is, when you have a specific problem that solves a specific program which solves a specific problem for a specific client, it's easy to sell, right? As we go ahead, I will tell you why it is easy to tell, right? Now, I want to hear from you on the chat box. If you agree to what I said, please say agree. If you don't agree, I'm sure there are a few people who don't agree to that. I expect few people to be there who don't agree to that. Please say don't agree. I want to have that transparency. right? So if you agree to what I said, please say agree. If you don't agree, don't worry. No one's going to say anything. Just say don't agree, right? Super. So that's point number 2. Number 3 is, for you to start attracting clients, people need to know that you are a coach. You need to have awareness. You need to show up. You need to create content or find a way to be out there so people start noticing. How many of you are there who are qualified coaches, right? But no one knows that you are a coach. Maybe your husband or wife only knows that you are a coach. No one else knows. How many people are there, right? Now, if no one knows that you are a coach, no one will ever find their way to you, which means as a certified coach, you have to start chasing behind customers, saying, I'm a coach. Can I give you a personality test? Come, don't run from me. Please come, take this personality test, come for a discovery session. Why aren't you booking my discovery session? So you have to start chasing, right? So the best way is start creating awareness, show up, brand yourself. So you start attracting clients, because clients get to know that, let's say, Ansuya is a coach or Sunita is a coach. More they start seeing that you're a coach, more people will have awareness and they can even try. Now you might be wondering, but how do people get to know we are coaches? Number 1 is start branding yourself digitally, right? Because we are in a digital world now. Your profile, if you take your Facebook page, your profile picture, your cover picture, your description, your bio, everything, right? Your Instagram pages, all.
Did we lose him again?
Hi
Yes.
guys. I think Leon has disappeared.
Yeah, sorry. We are going through a lot over
Okay,
here.
he's back now.
Okay,
Please,
he's back. He's back.
Yeah.
He's back.
Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. At what place did you guys lose me?
Branding yourself
You have to brand yourself and
on
digitally
FB
all your social media
and
should be
Insta.
It was at Instagram.
Super, super. So I would like to invite all of you to connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and TikTok, and YouTube, and see what I'm doing, right? I'm not saying I'm the best. There's a ton
Lost again.
of things I'm learning. There are a ton of mistakes that I'm discovering and correcting as well. But I have started, branding myself on all these social media, right? If you look at these social mediums, you will see what I'm doing. How am I putting my bio? How am I typing my name? How am I saying that I'm a coach, right? How am I restructuring my profile? And also the type of content that I'm posting. So as coaches, we have knowledge, we are learning things, right? And even beyond the program, I encourage all of you to continue learning, continue researching on YouTube, learn about things, right? There's so many things that you can learn about how to help people, about mindset, about personality types, about so many topics, and start creating content and videos on these things, right? On the problem that you can solve, on how people are making mistakes in their life, right? How doing the wrong thing leads them to wrong results, how doing the right thing can give them the right results. So start making content, right? More content you make, more people will see you, right? Okay, another thing I want to ask you, how many of you need help in creating content? Why I'm asking that is, I have a friend who is a coach who coaches other coaches to create content. Maybe I can bring her in for a talk one day,
Yes.
right? How many of you would like some help in learning how to create Facebook posts, what to create, what kind of posts work for coaches, right? So if you guys like the idea, go to the chat box and say yes, because with all the glitching, I can't actually see you guys raising your hands. So go to the chat box and say yes. I'll try to bring her in for a session one day. Right? Excellent. Excellent. Super. So number 4 is earning credibility, right? Number 4 is earning credibility. Now, let's say you have awareness. So people know that you are a coach, but people don't know whether you are a good coach. People don't know whether you are a great coach. People don't know whether you can solve problems. Now tell me, how can you earn credibility? What can you do to earn credibility?
Yes,
Can someone tell me?
testimonials is
Right?
one thing.
Excellent. Testimonials is one thing. What else?
Also, writing a book, that's what they have said. Like, if
Okay,
you
writing a
if you
book.
are an author, yeah.
Excellent.
Because
Okay,
in
And,
my
what else?
case, I think it really played a good part. Like, to my known
Okay.
people who I was like little bit reluctant to say I'm a coach, when they saw my book is out, they said, "Oh, we want to buy it." So yeah.
Super. That
I
sounds
And,
really great.
I think
Lian,
LinkedIn.
I
LinkedIn.
am
But there are like us, we do not know how to write a book, how to publish a book, how to write a book. So we are in the dark.
Lian, I have a question to ask too. Hello?
Yes, Geeta.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I am
Yes,
already an
Geeta. Go ahead.
author. I have about 20, 30 books to my name, but they are not on the self-help
Wow.
types. So these are they're fiction for kids, they're phonics and stuff like that. So I'm already an author. So people know me as an author. But so would that help?
Okay.
And they also know me as a very
Uh,
good, person who's been counseling them, and my counseling has been helping them.
See, Geeta, you need to find a connection between what you're doing and coaching. So if your books are, let's say, story books or children's books,
They
people
won't.
might see you as a great, let's say, with that, if you're talking about child psychology, there'll be a connection, right? But since you're looking at a different angle, I think maybe you can reignite your writing skills and maybe write a self-help book. It will really help you.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
About mindset or something, just write the book, right?
Would a
Amita said
blog help?
something about,
Would a blog
Amita
help?
said something about, sorry?
Would a blog help? Would that not be a better idea?
Blogs also help. So when you write on blogs, you have to be publishing them once again on your social media saying, I wrote this blog.
Blogger, yeah.
But remember, like Uzma said, when you have a book, when you are a recognized author who's selling in Amazon and so many other places, the credibility that you get is like out of the world, right? Because there's millions of people who have never even thought about writing a book. So for them, an author is like, an epitome of credibility. Like, you know what you're talking about. That's why you are an author. That's how people think, right? So to earn credibility, start posting testimonials. If you have written a book or think about writing a book now, you might ask, if I don't have testimonials, what am I going to do, right? Start talking about how this system that you're using, the 10-week system, is solving people's problems. At every session we talk about breakthroughs. If you go through the hub, there are tons of breakthroughs, videos, testimonials. Download them, use them, interpret them, create posts out of them, right? Or even you can create so many content using the same things, right? And if you are a great storyteller, think of a hypothetical situation and say, John had this kind of a problem, and after going through this 10-week transformation, he changed his negative codes, right? Reprogrammed his negative beliefs and found out how he can excel in this problem, and he got through it. It's okay. We know the system. We know that it works. We just need to tell people that we have a system that properly works, right? And if you have one client at least, right? If you have one client at least, don't wait until the program is over to get testimonials. I tell my clients at the end of each week, send me a message with the most amazing breakthrough that you had. And I've said, I'm going to publish this as screenshots, right? So if I have 5 clients and they are going through 10 weeks, I'm going to end up having 50 things to post, right? Someone might say, today I discovered my purpose and passion. The other one might say, I never realized that these were my buzz moments, and finding them was so important to me. Another person would say, discovering my baselines was the best thing that ever happened to me. So you can start posting these things. Right. So number 4 is earning credibility. If you earn credibility as much as awareness, people will start getting attracted. Now, this next section is the most important section out of all. We're going to talk about magnetic marketing strategies. Right? Magnetic marketing strategies. Because like I always say, we can't be chasing behind customers all the time. We have to create strategies that starts attracting people automatically to us. Right? Strategies that brings the most suitable clients who have a burning problem, who can afford you, closer to you. Right? Now, I will teach you today 2 types of posts, right, that you can post on Facebook or Instagram or wherever, right? The first one is called a mission post. Have anyone heard about the term mission post? Give me a yes if you have heard the term about a mission post. Okay. So as coaches, we all are on a mission, right? We are all in a mission to help people, to make a change. Now, this is where I told you having one client or specific client and solving a specific problem is really going to help you. If you can write a text post, right? The text post which looks like an image, right? Saying, I'm on a mission to help these kind of people, right? Fill in the blanks. I'm on a mission to help ... to achieve whatever the desired results, right? In the next 10 weeks, right? Are you in? Simple question. Now, let me put some content into it and say so you understand, right? If I say I'm in a mission to help coaches to find paying clients within the next 10 weeks, are you interested? How many of you are going to like that post and probably send me a message saying, what is that all about? Right? If I say, I'm on a mission to help coaches start attracting paying clients in the next 10 months, 10 weeks, are you in? Right? Can I see a raise of hands or go into the chat box and say, yes, if that particular post is going to be something that is interesting for you? Right? Now, if you don't know which problem you're solving, and if you don't know to whom you're catering to, you cannot use this post, right? Because you can say, I'm on a mission to help, right, unmarried women to discover their true self and attract the love of their life in the next 10 weeks. Are you in? Right? Now, that is a specific client, specific problem. You can say, I'm on a mission to help professionals in a 9-to-5 job to discover their true power and build their own business in the next 10 weeks. Are you in? To help people suffering from past trauma to overcome those tragic memories and move on in their lives in the next 10 weeks. Are you in? Right? Now, can you see even you can find ways to make it very specific, right? You can make it specific, right? What if you say, I'm in a mission to help business owners achieve a result that you have not been able to achieve within 10 weeks, right? Because you're talking about finally coming into outcomes and, creating power leaps and creating your own plan to achieve it, right? Overcoming your negative beliefs and all that, right? So if you say that, you will attract those kind of clients saying, hey, can you help me? What? Right? So basically the uniqueness of this post is, rather than saying I'm selling this, you are saying I'm on a mission to help these kind of people to solve this kind of a problem within this kind of a time period. Are you in? right? For an example, let's say I can go and say, I'm on a mission, once again, I'm on a mission to help aspiring coaches to make their first $5,000 within the next 90 days. Are you in? Right? Now, if I put something like that, I'm sure some of us who sometimes struggling to, out attract clients, come and say, can I know more about this? Because I would really love to make $5,000, right? Who doesn't? Now, this is how one tactic where you can start creating engagement. So what happens when people like it? Let's say no one replies, but there are 27 likes and engagements on that post. What do? Can someone say, what do you do now? No one has commented, only likes and engagements. What are you going to do?
Talk to them.
Send him a message. Okay, listen, are you interested to get more information?
What are you going to tell them?
Yeah, I see that you liked. What was it you liked about my post? Can we have a conversation?
Superb answer. That's great, right? So acknowledge the fact, say, thank you for supporting my content. I've noticed that you have liked and engaged in this post. Thank you so much. Can you tell me what
Resonated.
made it interesting for you? Did you resonate with? You ask them, because there are a lot of people, even in your social media, who wants to ask for help, but who are still not asking. They're waiting till someone, prompt them. Especially people who are going through a lot of trauma, suicidal thoughts, depression. They are waiting till someone asks them. They will be the people who are liking and engaging with your content very frequently, right? Sometimes your friends are doing that all the time just to support you, seeing you like that. But other people, you would see the people who are engaging with you, they are waiting till you ask sometimes. I had a situation like that recently. I noticed there was one person who always likes my content, sends thumbs up for my stories and all that. I just tried a conversation. How are you doing? And she opened up saying how bad her life was and all that, right? And saying that I've always been meaning to talk to you. So sometimes you just have to do that. Number 2, I'm going to tell you another type of post, which is called an offer post. It's very simple. You are going to make an offer, right? And I would say you don't need to be shy to make an offer. Sometimes I know there is a mindset in coaches saying, I'm a coach, I don't want to sell. Selling is not something that great. I feel very demeaned to sell. Now remember, those are all encodes. And as long as you hold those encodes, you would be a coach, but you would not be a successful, high-paying coach. So you have to decide, do I need to be a coach or do I want to be a successful, high-paying coach? Right? Because while some of us are struggling to onboard a client for $500, trust me, there are people onboarding clients for $10,000, $20,000 for one coaching program. Sometimes it could be just 3 months or 6 months, $10,000 or $20,000. Can you imagine? This is actually happening, right? So I'm in forums of many other coaches. I talk to these guys, right? I refer to a coach in US who talks about these things as well. So I know, right? There are some coaches who just sell for $10,000, $20,000. That's because they've found something that solves a specific problem to a specific client, right? So we were talking about making an offer. The offer post goes like this. You can simply say, I'm looking for whatever the number, let's say 4 clients. I'm looking for 4 clients looking to achieve a specific result over the next 10 weeks. Are you in? Right? So how can you articulate this specific result, right? I'm looking for 4 clients who are looking to start their own businesses, right? I'm looking for 3 clients who are looking at converting from a 9 to 5 to your own business, right? I'm looking for 4 clients who wants to excel in their relationships. I'm looking for 4 clients who are looking to improve their career, right? I'm looking for 4 clients who are trying to overcome procrastination, right? So you need to find something that works well with you, something that you can strike a conversation. Now, the secret here is, guys, you need to select something that you are close to at heart. And something that I always say is, when I talk to a lot of coaches, including myself, we all have had broken roads, right? We have had a lot of pain in our lives. We have been going through quite a lot at some point in our lives. Very rarely I will find a coach who has had a very, comfortable life throughout and has become a coach, right? I believe God or the universe sends us through those tough patches for us to be awakened so we can become a coach or someone who help other people, right? So each one of us have stories. And if you dig deep, you will find what is the relevance of your story to what you can offer. Now, for an example, I was struggling to become a business owner for 10 years. As a 9-to-5 employee, I was planning to become a coach for 10 years. Finally, I made that shift. I can definitely talk to someone and tell them, how to quit your 9-to-5 and start your own company, right? Each one of us, and for those who have become a full-time coach, maybe from your previous job, you transition into becoming a coach. You can probably tell a person how to become a coach, right? You don't necessarily need to give them a qualification, but you can take them through their journey. If you have navigated through relationship, divorce, or separation, or something like that, right? Or breakups, you can help someone to navigate through them. So you can find the problems that you can solve, which is close to your heart, because when you start talking to your coaching clients, even within the program or outside the program, you have a lot of things to say, because those things will come naturally, right? So you convert all the bad things that you have gone through in life to your gifts, and you can get a lot of success through that, right? If you think you can implement an offer post, if you can come up with an offer post, can you go to the chat box and say yes? And while screen is frozen, I hope you guys can hear me. So can you go to the chat box and say yes if you think you can create an offer post, right? Now, I believe sometimes knowledge is good, but if you don't use it, it just gets lost, right? Can you think of a mission post or an offer post, right? Sometimes something that you can actually use, or something just for the sake of the class. Can you write something and put it on the chat box? Either say, I'm on a mission to help these kind of people to achieve these kind of desired results over the next 10 weeks. Are you in? Or you can say, I'm looking for 4 clients looking to achieve this kind of results over the next 10 weeks. Are you in? Can few of you at least quickly think, type something and put it on the chat box, right? Let's put it into action, right? Because it's good to learn, but then again, if you are not actually using it, pointless, right? So who can quickly go to the chat box and do that? Looking for 3 clients who have gone through personal losses, right? And looking at resurrecting or overcoming or coming out from it strong within the next 10 weeks. Are you in? Right? Okay, superb. What else? I'm on a mission to help people to overcome abusive relationships over 10 weeks. Are you in? Excellent. I'm looking for 5 clients who would like to improve their career. Excellent. Are you in? Do you have to mention a number? It's always good to put a number saying 2 or 3, then people feel like it's scarce, right? There's not enough and more opportunities. So always put a small number. Even if you can take 10, just say 3 more spots available, or 3, I'm looking for 3 more clients. So people would feel like, hey, I should reach out, right? I'm on a mission to help shy people to overcome their inhibitions and stand strong in 10 weeks. Amazing, right? That's really great. I'm looking for 4 people who are looking to improve their self-confidence over the next 10 weeks. Amazing. I'm looking for 4 clients on the verge of divorce to work on their relationship with their partner and create friendship and start over to build deeper connections over the next 10 weeks. Amazing. I'm on a mission to help out people who have been stuck and have forgotten how to move on in the next 10 weeks. Are you in? Right. I'm looking for 6 clients who feel trapped in their marriage, ping me if you wish to. I'm on a mission to help 5 clients to unleash their full potential and live their best life over the next 10 weeks. Are you in? I'm on a mission to help housewives who feel lost with changing times over a period of 10 weeks. Superb. Now you guys are getting a hang of it, right? Now, I'm not going to correct each statement because there were some which were very vague and open. There were some which were very super specific. But remember, if you can put out a specific problem to a specific client, someone out there will resonate that very well. But if you put a vague statement, it might not hit anyone, right? So being specific is terrific. Specific, people will, which means people approaching you is much more higher for coaching, right? So that's about mission post and offer post. I hope that will make a big impact on you guys. And next time when we meet, let me know how it works. Let me know how people are responding. Let me know what people are saying, right? Let's discuss it next time when we meet.
I have a suggestion to make you speak.
Now, when you know exactly which problem you're solving, you have more confidence. Sorry, who was that?
Leon, I was trying to say something. See, we are about 40, 50 people on this group. Let's all become friends on our social media. That will increase our range.
Absolutely, absolutely, right? Absolutely.
Like I may have
that,
another
right?
100 friends, so even your reach reaches them, right? So it's through me you reach another 100 people. Okay.
Exactly. And I believe in the power of networking, right? And I make it a point to connect with even the fellow coaches in every opportunity I get, because you'll never know, right? And I would say even get together and do stuff, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Like 2 people on relationships can get together and do a interview on each other's Facebooks, right? Or record something on Zoom and publish it in both the pages, right? So it'll be like, I'm a coach, I'm interviewing, let's say Dr. Anand, who's a relationship specialist. So I'm getting credibility as a person who's qualified enough to interview Dr. Anand. And she also gets credibility even in my space, saying, okay,
Yes.
this lady spoke about relationships. She's a specialist in that area, right? So work together. There's enough and more collaborations that you guys can do, right? So as I was saying, once you know your specific problem, you get more confidence because you can reach out to clients. Then I would recommend go in your messenger, go in your chat, go in your WhatsApp and message, let's say 10 people a week at least, saying, I'm looking for 3 clients who are looking to solve this problem within the next 10 weeks. As a coach, I'm looking to do something like this, or I'm on a mission to help 3 coaches achieve their first $5,000. If you know anyone, would you be able to refer to me? Or can you think of any of your friends who might be interested, right? So that way you are not actually selling to them. You're just telling them, as a coach, I'm on a mission to help people, 3 people like this month. Can you think of anyone within your network that you might be able to introduce to me? Even if you get 0 results, at least that is 10 people who know exactly what you're going to be doing. Because when you post it on Facebook, they might see it, they might not. But when you show up in the inbox, right, they definitely know. So even if they don't introduce anyone, they will remember saying, you know what, Uzma is a coach for self-confidence, right? That they might remember it. So the next second magnetic marketing strategy is send messages directly, the ones that you created, right? But specifically say, would you be able to, can you think of anyone, any friends or colleagues from your network who you might be able to introduce? That's what you're asking. And you actually, your goal is not to get introductions also. If you get introductions, it's a bonus. This is an awareness tactic, right? So the second one is that. Number 3 is I've seen some of you guys are posting content, which is amazing, right? Some are posting videos, some are posting still images. Now, when you post your content, add a CTA. A CTA is a call to action, right? Call to action is where you are telling them, take this kind of an action, right? You are telling them, take a particular type of an action. right? Now, for an example, let's say I post a nice video where I talk about, 3 tips on finding your niche. Let's say finding your niche. Let's say I'm talking to coaches, right? In this example, I'm going to post a video saying, find 3 tips on finding your perfect niche. And I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to write a nice text. In the description, I'm going to say, DM me, right? If you want to know 5 other techniques. So DM me if you want to get special access to the next immediate workshop I'm going to be doing on this particular thing. DM me if you want let's say a personality blueprint for you, right? Now, since all of us have the personality blueprint, right, or the personality assessment, see how you can bring that also in. So the important thing is putting a call to action. DM me, or fill this particular form, or click on this link, right? Get them to give them an action to implement, which is called a call to action. And remember, your call to action statement should go in every one of your posts. Don't worry whether they're looking at it or not, because even after some time, if someone finds a very interesting piece of content, look at your description. It should clearly say, send me an email on this number, or click this link to get in touch with me, or this is my Calendly link to book a 15-minute introduction call, or whatever. A call to action is a must. 4th technique is results in advance. 4th technique is results in advance. Now, what do I say results in advance? How many of you went or bought one of Arfin's programs because you went for a free 2-day workshop, right? How many of you bought into one of Arfin's program because you got free access to a foundation program, right? Now, all these programs, all these workshops, you got a chance to experience him and his learnings and his credibility and all that free of charge, right? So you got to trial him or trial his programs before buying. Now, if you can create a similar thing for yourself, you can easily start attracting clients. So what I do is I target once a month to have, I think last one, there was a lot of people from this group who came in. I did one on overcoming procrastination and indecisiveness. Right? I had about, if I remember correctly, about 50 odd, people. When I took the Zoom report, in total 90 people have logged in and logged out. At a given time, maximum there have about 55 people, right? Now, those people who came there got to see me in action, got to see my knowledge, experience my knowledge, hear about the program that I'm offering, and basically got an opportunity to trial me before signing up. So at the end of the program, I got few signups for one-on-one coaching and for the group coaching. Now, if I tried to do 55 discovery sessions or 90 discovery sessions, which is the equivalent number of people who actually came for the program, you can imagine how much of time I would have spent on it and how difficult it would have been, right? So if you can conduct a free program, a free event once a month, find a topic that is close to you, a topic that can help people, and a topic that in some way, one way or the other, reflects in your program. So there's some connection, right? Where you can invite them to get that free knowledge, do the program, and at the same time, you can talk about the program that you're taking clients through, and you can tell when you do this program, you really get these kind of results, put some testimonials, and, show people how it's done. So results in advance or trial is one of the best ways. Even some of the biggest coaches like Tony Robbins, Arfin himself, uses. And it really helps people to, is for me, can I understand what they're teaching? All these things can be answered there, right? Now, which takes me to the next point, do free talks, right? Every time I meet someone in a company, in an association, in a club or a society, I ask them, do you need speakers? Whether it's Chartered Marketers Institute, Chartered Accountants Institute, or Rotary, Lions, BNI, wherever, right? I would always ask people, do you need speakers? And I even tell people, if anyone that you know in an organization need a speaker, please tell me. I really love sharing my knowledge, right? So once again, I target at least once a month or once in 2 months to do a free talk. Now, the difference between the previous one and this is the previous one, I organize it. This particular one, someone else organizes and I go there as a speaker. Once again, I would do a nice talk. I would show them slides. I would share knowledge, right? I've done one on unstuck and find your breakthrough. I've done one on overcoming procrastination, then indecisiveness, come up with topics that are close to you. And when you do that, at the end of it, you can say, if you really want to take your learnings to the next level, right? If you want, I'm ready to give you a gift because you have stayed in this, listened to me for the last two hours, right? I'm put on the I say, go to this link, take this personality test, and give me a shout or book a session for 45 minutes or 1 hour. I will tell you how your personality is going to help you in your journey. So you give the talk free, you touch base on what you do and the programs that you do in a very indirect way during the talk. So you are indirectly telling people about everything that you do. And at the end, you say, if you really want to create a change in your life, click on this link, take this free personality test, which would be available only for the next 7 days. And if you book a call immediately after, I would personally, free of charge, tell you how you can overcome any challenge in your life using your personality type, right? Or using the lessons from the personality blueprint, right? Now, that's also a great way to attract clients. The last one is very powerful one, but I'm sure most of you are not going to jump at it because it's going to be expensive. That's what your mind is going to think, right? Invest in a company that can market you as a coach and bring you results, right? Bring you results, right? Now, can you tell me in the chat box, right? Let's look at it from a belief system perspective, right? How many of you are ready to put your money down to tie up with a third party to bring clients for you? If you think you are ready to do that, say I and put it in the chat box. So let's see how many people are open for an idea like that. By the way, I'm not providing that service. I'm not trying to sell you guys anything, right? I'm just asking this question. How many of you would be ready, right, to invest more money to an external company to find you clients, right? So I appreciate the candidness of you guys, especially the people who are saying no, right? So we have no, yes, no, not yet, interested to explore, yes, no, right? I'm already doing. So now what we need to understand is about helping people. We want to make a change, right? Now, what happens when we have to handle other roles like the sales role, the marketing role? It becomes very cumbersome. That's exactly what most of you guys are facing, because I'm a great coach. I love helping people, but I hate sales. That's what most people say. So if you do people and promoting yourself, if you're not doing it, then someone else should do it. And hear me out. I love this saying that I always say, right? Can you guys hear me? Masood says my voice is breaking. If you guys can hear me, just say yes in the chat box, because the next thing that I'm going to say is going to be very interesting. Say yes in the chat box if you can hear me. Cool. Right? So nothing changes if nothing changes. Right? Let me tell that to you again. As simple as it may sound, it's very powerful. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Right? So you want to create a change right now, you need to do a change. Right? That change can come in so many ways. But I thought as a coach, I've been working my butt out, finding clients, talking to people, right? Whereas that time also I should be coaching people. What if someone else is actually out there looking for clients for? So I found a coach, a very expensive one, right? And I just signed up. I just had my first meeting with them, right? A bunch of people from US. But here's the thing. If they can find you, let's say 2 times, 3 times, 4 times the investment of what you are investing, why not, right? If you're serious about it, why not? Now, some of you are on coaching full time. So think about it. I'm not saying you have to do it, but just think about it. Because if your mind says, I'm not going to do it, ask yourself, why is it so? Is it an encode, right? Is it a belief that is preventing, right? But as a principle, if you can invest in a company who is promising to find you clients, can really take that stress out of you. Hence, who is a coach, who is a hypnotherapist, right? He's a RTT hypnotherapist. So he was telling me, I was telling him sometimes how I procrastinate making those calls, finding these clients, sending them messages, because trust me, just like all of you, I also procrastinate sometimes, right? Then he asked me, how do you currently sell? Then I told him, how do I currently sell? He asked me, how would you really, ideally, in an ideal world, how would you like to sell? I said, I don't like to sell, but I would like to, hang out in, high-end places like hotels or clubhouses and stuff like that, where premium clients are there, maybe having a drink and socializing, networking, talking to people without having to sell, just giving my cards, introducing myself, making those connections with some high-end people, and then them reaching out to me. That would be the ideal way, right? So the discussion was in detail. I'm just trying to summarize, but I realized I'm procrastinating to, send these messages, send these things, because that's not what I want to do, but I'm really passionate about coaching people. So I also have the same problem you guys have, right? But if someone else is going to take that burden away and they're going to give me 2, 3, 4 times results in terms of the money that I can earn based on in comparison with what I'm going to spend, there's nothing stopping me. So I told myself, I don't have money right now, but I'm going to put my credit today's discussion is over, where I wanted to share a few things on attracting high-paying clients. Can you go to the chat box and tell me, out of the ones that we spoke, which one resonated with you the most? Which one did you find most interesting? Can I hear from you? Until you guys get to the get your fingers busy, I'm going to quickly grab some water and come. Please keep the answers coming. Two types of posts. Preet says 2 types of posts. Masood says messages on social media. Anum says all of them. Preet says free event. Nishita says results in advance, monthly webinars. iPhone, I don't know who iPhone is. There's a question. Offer posts, all of them, super, right? Excellent. There's a question. Do you know the conduct of such marketing companies? How do you search for them? Right. So what I'll try to do is let's get the steps that I spoke of into place. I will bring in a party to have a chat one day, right, where they will show you the other perspective of paid campaign, not campaigns actually, paid agencies who help coaches, right, to talk about them. So what I'm trying to do is I won't be talking every week, right? I'm also trying to find experts who help coaches, right? Some of these guys would have paid services, but they would always like to come and talk free of charge, right? Because just like I said, the free talks, people who are in this industry likes to go into forums like this and talk freely, because sometimes there could be one or two prospective clients who would tie up. If not, no problem, because they still enjoy sharing the knowledge. So I will bring in few people as we go ahead from different companies and services like these, people that I can recommend to share that knowledge. I need a little bit of time because I don't want to blindly bring in people that I cannot recommend, right? So maybe I first try them out. I have a couple of chats with them. I understand their work ethic. And if I think they're good, I will bring them in. So at least the first level of vetting process has been already done, which is going to save a lot of time and effort for you guys, right? But for you guys to understand, this particular company that I told you, they charge $6,000, right? They charge $6,000 across 3 months to do what I said that they will do, right? But I will talk about this as we go ahead in the future, right? Super. So I'm going to go into the next section. We have about 45 minutes left. I'm going to share a few things that I've learned during this time that is going to really help me. But I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to stop the recording now, and I'm going to start re-recording this session as a new episode. Just give me a second until